my channel. My name is Davita and I dare you to trust. As you can see, today I'm outside, I'm in the breeze, I'm in the beautiful weather. I'm at a park, so you might hear some noise. We have basketball courts out here, so the guys are playing basketball. You might hear music. It's all good, it's okay. So today I wanted to come and talk about a big topic. It was big to me and in my life, but it's conquering self-doubt. Yes, that's that's a doozy. Conquering self-doubt. Maybe we won't conquer it, but we can find some ways to work through it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Conquering self-doubt. Okay, let's talk about this self-doubt. What is it? It is the belief or lack of belief. It's the lack of faith in oneself. The uncertainty or doubting one's abilities or actions. And it's basically our inner critic, that little voice that says, it's not going to work out for you. I can't do it, or you can't do it. It's not right. It is that voice that sabotages our intentions. And so some things that might cause this self-doubt. Number one is comparing ourselves to other people. Yes. Well, let's just stay with this for a second, because this is really important and really big. I have done this myself, and I have talked to a lot of clients that do this as well. And maybe you can identify with this, but comparing ourselves to others. So I wrestled with this when I was younger and into adulthood. And it came out a lot for me when I was in school. And just say the teacher might ask a question to the entire class, and the students would raise their hands, and I would raise my hand as well, or was reluctant to raise my hand because I would hear answers to the question that I thought was better than mine, better than my answer. And so the more answers I heard, the more I doubted my answer. And so that happened to me a lot in school, where I was just quiet, very reserved, but that quietness came from self-doubt. And I kind of began to work my way through this through college and even into adulthood, when I would recognize every single time, when a teacher would ask a question, or a person would ask a question, maybe in a group exercise as I got into adulthood, when I would not raise my hand, and someone else would say the exact same thing that I was going to say, and that teacher will go off, or that instructor or that facilitator of the group would say, yes, that's what I was looking for. I was waiting for someone to say that. And I said to myself, doggone it, I'm going to stop. I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to engage myself and not hold back. So what I got in the habit of going first. If I was in a group discussion, or if I found myself in a class environment and a question was asked, I would raise my hand first, or I would volunteer to go first for like a group activity. And so I got myself out of holding myself back, limiting myself, not really engaging myself, not going forward and following through with my intention. So that was a big one for me. That held me back for a very long time, I can say for myself. It stopped me from engaging in activity. It stopped me from unlimited really believing in myself. And it's kept me in that limited state of mind, I should say. My limited beliefs. And so that was a big one for me. And so comparing ourselves to other people is a big one, is number one. Number two is somewhere along the way, someone told us, or we believe, that that trusting ourselves is not right, and that someone else outside of us needs to validate what is right for us, or validate us on what is right for us. This is also a big one. This could have been passed down from our parents or grandparents, or somehow we got the idea that we need validation, outside validation, that me saying what I think is good enough, and I'm going forward with that. But I need someone else to validate and tell me and to confirm that my ideas are okay. And so, like I said, this is also a big one. And we'll find out, and we'll see it the more we grow up. And I see this a lot in social media. So I'm not a big social media person, believe it or not. I'm pretty private and reserved in that regard. But as I look on social media, and this has been for years, that I see a lot of people now. Social media has its place, it has its purpose. It is a great tool to keep all of us connected. Keep all of us in the know. It's great for business, great for families. But how I see this validation come out in social media, is that in every situation, every experience that someone might have throughout their day, every thought, their location, where they're going, is posted. Every feeling, every expression, every emotion is posted. And, someone will like it or someone will comment on it. And sometimes that might be because we're used to having someone else validate what is right for us. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'll get on social media and I'll post an idea or something like this, a blog or some thoughts. But beyond that, that's all I'm going to use it for, business reasons. Now, not blaming anybody else if they use it for more than that. But if you are wrestling with self-doubt, take stock and notice if you happen to do this. If you reach for your phone and you reach for social media with every experience, every emotion, every thought, every move that you make, there's a post on social media, and then take stock inside to see if you're just waiting for someone to like it, just waiting for that validation for someone to comment. Excuse the noise, that's a bike here. If you're waiting for someone to comment and validate on the post that you just did, that might be self-doubt. So an exercise that you could do is to look and listen to your emotions. Go within and just try to pull it back just a little bit. So if you have an emotion and you have an experience, just stop and experience that for yourself. Is that good enough just for you? What have you learned from that experience? What can you take away from that experience just for yourself? How does that experience empower you? Or how does that thought, feeling, or emotion empower you in that moment? That's an exercise for someone if we're wrestling with self-doubt through validation. Now here's one if you're wrestling with self-doubt by comparing ourselves to others. So we can actually write down who those people are. If we have a thought, if we have an idea, and we are then held back by thoughts of not being good enough or not comparing or not measuring up to someone else. We can actually stop right then and there and write down who this someone else is or who these people are. Write their names down. Most of the time you'll find that there's no names. That is just that inner critic in our minds that's coming to play, and it's characterized by an idea of some people, nameless people, right? And if we cannot write down any names, we know that's what it is. And that's the biggest thing, being aware of what it is. So we can work through that limitation. Our idea is not going to be stifled, right? We can work through it and go beyond that limitation. Now, if some names do come to mind, write them down. Look at those names and look at the relationship. What is our relationship to this name? Who are they to you? What do they mean? What do they represent? And we can work from there. Because if we have those names and we have a relationship, then we can see what's going on. Well, how do they play in my decision? This is my decision, right? We are all individuals. We're all individuations of source, right? We have unique characteristics and traits. My life is my life. Your life is your life. Their life is their life. It is not going to be the same, and that we're not meant to be the same. We're meant to have our own unique ideas and personality and thoughts and paths in life. And so what self-doubt does is that it sabotages our intentions and our purpose in life. And so if we were created, right, in this unique energy to express source throughout our lives, and just think about it, we're going to allow self-doubt, this inner critic, to limit our experience that we have been blessed to have. We're going to limit that. We're going to stop it. We could go far beyond, and we could experience some amazing things in life, but we're going to allow this self-critic to limit our experience in life. So I know none of us want that. So those are two good exercises. If we are wrestling with this self-doubt by comparing ourselves to others, or if we're wrestling with self-doubt through validation. Try it and see how it works out. So we definitely want to live limitless in life, right? It is pushing beyond our boundaries. It's what? It's daring to trust. Yes, you knew I was going to say it. So, limiting self-doubt, working through self-doubt, and maybe even eradicating self-doubt is a good thing. It's a great thing. And so, really, we're working through ourselves. We're working through that ego. Because self-doubt, that inner critic, is a little sidekick to that ego. Because our ego, it helps us as a interface socially, right? But also, think of it as a program. It's a program to keep us safe. And this is a mechanism just from survival, right? So if there's danger or perceived danger, it's there to keep us safe. So our inner critic will jump in and say, if we try to dream big or try to expand, hold on, wait a minute, that's not safe. It kind of reminds me of the movie Cruise. I'm not sure if you guys have kids, but the dad was always scared of anything new, anything, that you had to reach for, you would die. So think about that as kind of the ego / self-critic, self-doubt type thing. Right? So whenever we're trying to reach for something, I have this big idea. I want to start a business. I want to write a book. I want to start a group, or whatever it might be. That self-doubt creeps in and says, "Hold on. This is a perceived threat. You're not going to be safe if you do this. But we're not here to be safe. We're not living our lives to be safe. And really in 2021 and beyond, we're not here to be safe. We've experienced some things that have really blown our minds, and we don't know how long our lives are. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. So it's not about being safe. It's about living our lives to the fullest. And so I don't know about you, but me, it's not about safety. It's about living. It's about going beyond limitations, about recognizing how limited I have been. These couple years have shown me how limited, how safe I was. And so I'm going to do my best to go beyond. I'm going to dare to trust. I'm going to get rid of any kind of critic that's trying to hold me back. I want to follow through with my dreams and conquer my goals and achieve my goals. If this is you, then dare to trust. Try those exercises and see how they work out for you. Comment below and let me know how they work out. And so that's all I have today about conquering self-doubt. I hope this resonates with you. I hope this helps you if you have had experience with this, or if you've been wrestling with this. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for joining me today. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, or share it with someone else that you might think would enjoy this content. Take care. Peace.